Hello everyone, this is Michelle Shannon, and I just wanted to check in with everybody again and have a little conversation over what I think is something very, very important. So recently, some things came up on the internet. I feel like the Lord put this before me so that I could speak to it. And I think the timing is real important. I think this was actually, hold on a second, I just want to get, this thing isn't real even. I think the timing of this being put before me was the Lord's timing. It was supposed to happen right here and now, because this is what the Lord wants me to address. So, what I saw was a video that was done that shared a letter that Archbishop Vigano had presented for Donald Trump. It was like an open letter to Donald Trump, and it was him saying that he stood behind Donald Trump. So, everybody that watches my videos knows how I feel about Donald Trump and what he's doing. And so you can just imagine what my reaction was to this. But it really is a serious, serious situation when, okay, you have a leader of a nation who is taking this serious action of bringing forth what they call is a vaccine, but it's actually the mark of the beast. And then you have a church that supports this action, this wicked, evil action. So this Archbishop Vigano was once considered, has always been considered a good, devout, holy clergy. But he's actually siding with a wicked, evil man who is doing a very diabolical thing. And these aren't accusations. I mean, these are just understandings. When you know your Bible, you know what that is. You know what the vaccine really is. When you know your church is leading its people down a wrong path, it's time to reevaluate what you're doing. And the problem is bigger than just one archbishop encouraging this. There was another priest, I did want to mention this, and I don't even have this in my notes, and this is really, really important. There was another priest, and a lot of people were saying, I stand with this priest, and I can't even remember his name. I saw enough to know that this is a bad thing too, in just the same way. So this priest is getting a lot of Catholic support. And he is saying that and I don't disagree with what he's saying, but what I have a problem with is what it insinuates and what direction he's leading people. So he's saying if you vote Democrat, that you can't be Catholic. I don't disagree with that. If you vote for a party that supports the killing of babies, you can't be part of the true Catholic Church. But what is happening is this priest is doing an injustice. First of all, he's taking a stand politically, which I think that the Catholic Church has gotten way too political, and I think they should stay out of it. But if they are going to take a stand, they should define sin, and they need to go back to the beginning, which they're not doing. Define sin, and then make sure that you state that both parties are sinful and wicked. Instead of saying, because what they're doing is they're saying you can't vote for this party Meanwhile, they're encouraging you by saying that to vote for the other party, which is also very sinful and very wicked. So I have a real problem with what that priest is doing, and good thing I don't know his name, because I don't need to state it really. His name isn't important. It's the point. This is what the Catholic Church is doing. So you've got these two different clergy, but then you also have the false pope. The false pope would be Francis Bergoglio. He's not a pope. He's not, you know, they used to joke, is the Pope Catholic? And we all know he's not Catholic because he doesn't teach Catholicism. He teaches contrary to Catholicism. He's a heretic. He's a horrible heretic. And he should have been, whatever they do to heretics, what do they do to them? They should have been kicked out, you know. But anyway, because the people who are really running the show of the Catholic Church, they're running the church, are the evil sect. You know, Mary gave prophecy. Rome would become the seat of the Antichrist. I did a really good video on various prophecies that tell of all of this, that all of this would go down. And that was called Two Churches, One Roof. There was part 1 and part 2. There's 2 videos. If you go in and look at that, you will hear about all of this stuff having been prophesied. That's actually happening today. We're living in the last days. We know that because things are going down that are in Revelations. It's already happening. You know, anybody that knows their Bible, anybody that's paying attention can see it. And that's another thing. There was a priest that came out and did a talk, and he said, we're not living in the last days. Either he's lying or he doesn't know his Bible and he isn't paying attention. He was saying certain things hadn't taken place that we know are supposed to take place, and they have taken place. So he's just plain incorrect. Either he's lying or he just doesn't know, isn't a good teacher, you know. But that's not my problem, whatever his problem is. I just know that's another clergy who's giving misinformation and leading people down a wrong path. So that's another problem. So, like, how long do we stay? Oh, I didn't even say the most important thing about the false prophet is that he also is supporting the mark of the beast. He's supporting the vaccine. The vaccine, we know, has aborted babies in it. So the Pope is actually supporting the killing of babies. And so is the president. He is not pro-life. The Pope is not pro-life. The President of the United States is not pro-life because they're supporting the vaccine, which is the mark of the beast, which actually has aborted babies in it. It's unbelievable that we're living in these times and these things are going down. But what's more unbelievable is that there are clergy that are supporting this, and then even more unbelievable is that there are people among us in the congregation that are also championing this. Like the video that I watched was by a remnant video. I don't know what is Michael Matt, part of the remnant. You know, he's the champion of Vigano's letter. You know, he does this beautiful nonsensical video. He's promoting evil because Vigano is promoting evil, and he's a good Catholic who's been led astray. These people are all under, it's in the Bible, strong delusion. I did a video on strong delusion. You should watch that. Anyway, it's a very disturbing to watch this go down. It's heartbreaking. Our precious Catholic churches is totally infested and dominated by evil, which brings me to the real point. This is where I'm going with all this. I am going somewhere with this. I'm not just sitting here fussing about what's wrong with the church without having a point here, and that is, at some point, we're going to need to step back. At some point, we're going to need to detach. We can't stay on this sinking ship. This ship is going down. It's going down to hell. And if we stay on it, we're going there with them, okay? Or we can get on the lifeboat, get on the dinghy, get off of this nightmare merry-go-round and just seek refuge in the Sacred Heart of Mary and Jesus. So I, for one, am detaching, I'm separating. I detached from the government a long time ago. I know that both sides are wicked. I know that both sides support the killing of babies. One through just, full-term abortion, which is just murder, and then the other through, but any abortion at any time is murder, okay? If it's full-term or if it's a small thing, it's murder, okay? Murder anytime is not okay. But anyway, back to the point. The point being, at some time we have to detach. We can't keep hanging on to a dead horse or to this wicked, deceitful, diabolical church. This is the church of the Antichrist. We have now gotten to the point where we need to make a choice. Are we going to follow the Antichrist or are we going to follow Jesus? I did a video called Choices, which is really important too. But this is another choice that we need to make. You know, you're going to have to make a choice whether you're going to take the mark of the beast, which they're presenting to you as a vaccine. You're going to have to make that choice. You're also going to have to make a choice about how long you're going to stay with what was once the Catholic Church and is now the Church of the Antichrist. When they're starting to promote the mark of the beast, they have made the full transition to the Church of the Antichrist, and that is what they're doing. So I have made a conscious effort to step back, which is really, really difficult. It is enough to make anybody cry, I will tell you that. But I got word from Jesus this morning, and I will read that to you. But before I do, I want to read from the Bible. So let me do that, and I don't want this too long. You know, I don't like to go too long. So the Bible, it talks about, and I think this is really where we're at, and I've been posting it on social media, but it's Revelation 18, verse 4, and I probably have it highlighted and everything. I probably read it in another video, but I'm going to read it now. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye not be partakers of her sin, and that ye not receive of her plagues." And, okay, I'm going to read this too. It says, number 5 says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." And I think that's important. I'm glad I saw that and read on, because that's really important, because the longer you stay with the Church of the Antichrist, the longer that you will, the worse it'll be for you when you come face to face with God. Now, I did a video a while back, and I said, you know, why do we stay? Why do we stay with a church with so many problems? And the answer was, because you need to remain with the Holy Eucharist. And I think, you know, as long in the in certain prophetic end time messages, I won't mention who it was from, but there was a message that said that Jesus would no longer be in the church. He would no longer be present in the Eucharist after they had gone so far. And so I prayed about this today, and I asked the Lord to talk to me about this and show me, tell me when I should leave, and when he would, if he was still in the Eucharist, even because the church was so wicked and had been infiltrated by the evil sect and now overtaken by the Antichrist. And even though we don't see him, he is running it, and has been for a while. And we've known that. So I asked him about it, and I did get prophetic word I heard from Jesus. And so I will read to you what he says, and really there's nothing more to say. So here we go. And this came today. Begins. They are making changes in the Mass. I'm going to interject here. I knew when he was saying that he was talking about what was bothering me so much, which is making people wear masks, which is not normal, which is not Catholic. The government has enforced this, but this isn't the way Catholics do things. And also social distancing and taping up the church, making a mess out of the church, taping it up, and all of that they have been doing. They have said it was for, the sake of the pandemic, but the pandemic is just a hoax to bring forth the New World Order, the digital dollar, and the mark of the beast, to get everybody, the whole goal is to get everybody marked by the beast, which is to get them all to take the vaccine. So they had to come up with a fake pandemic. Are people getting sick from some kind of coronavirus? Maybe so, but the statistics have proven now, the actual statistics are out, that it wasn't even as bad as the common flu. So they certainly didn't need to go to these lengths to do these things. I'm going to back up. I'm going to start over. I'm not going to interrupt again. Okay. They are making changes to the Mass. I did not lead them on this. I am not happy about this at all. This is from Jesus. You are right. They follow the government who follows after the beast. Remember what it is my Father said when he instructed you to come out of the last place. And that was a personal thing he was saying to me. I'll read it again. Remember what it is my Father said when he instructed you to come out of the last place. So then I tell him what he's reminding me of. So I say that he said, this is what God the Father said to me on that occasion, I do not want you there. So Jesus continues, okay, and so it is. I do not want you there. So he's saying he doesn't want me to go back to Mass. He said they lead the lamb to slaughter, which is just what I was saying. I am still there. Jesus is saying he's still present in the Eucharist. I am still there, but I will not be there much longer. You should not go back. You are too sensitive. I will not put you through it. You are right. It is a personal choice when to leave, and the others will know when I have gone. That is all. And then he says, no, when you return home, that final time. So he's talking about when you decide you're never going back. He said, I'm sorry. He said, no, when you return home, that final time, I am there with you, within your hearts. He said, peace be with you all. And he said, I am Jesus who came to save the world. And that is all. My name is Michelle Shannon. I am a child of the Most High God, and I belong to Jesus. Never forget, you are a child of the Most High God, and you belong to Jesus. God be with you.